Well, we had this newspaper, a black newspaper, the Florida Star, and they had this big advertisement on the last page of it about Big Brother's Big Sister. So I said, this sounds kind of interesting, so I decided to call. And the young man told me, to come out to the office for an interview. But the funny part about it, he said, now drive around the back and come up the back steps. You can't come in the front door. That's how long it's been.
I met her when she was 6, and it's 9 years later.
I was a little.
Met Isabella here about, 3 years ago now? Yeah, been about 3 years, 3rd grade. Yeah.
Learn something every day, don't you?
Nervous going over there to meet him,
I've been a Big for about 7 years.
And it was my mom first who had the compassion, courage to reach out to Big Brothers and Big Sisters and to say, can I entertain this as an option for my son? Because I think that's a very courageous thing to do for any parent, is to just make themselves aware of the resources that are available and learn more and take a risk.
Being able to instruct them and show them a different side of life, because so many come from little rough areas. And to just let them know you can have fun and be a close family. Because none of my girls have ever been like just a big sister, a little sister. They family, and that's the way they have always been accepted.
It was just an eye-opening exposure to there was another normal of what a family looked like and how it could function and how it could really be a source of love and support beyond what I was already receiving from my mom and my sister.
I would have probably being closed in more, when I met her, really adventurous.
Big Brothers and Big Sisters has kind of changed my life forever. When my father passed away, I was extremely quiet. I went into a shell. My big brother Scott was able to kind of get me out of that shell and help me really experience life. And from that point on, I think Big Brothers and Big Sisters has always been the catalyst for a lot of the good things that happened in my life. I later worked with him at the mayor's office, and then I also then went off to law school, and we still have a relationship to this day where we still meet for breakfast, and he gives me big brother advice about jobs and women and life in general. And I think it's a relationship that not only has affected me, but is going to affect my kids and their kids for generations. It wasn't just one person that was changed, it's going to change a lot of people.
And they actually were telling me they started a new program with military mentoring where you're getting to mentor a military child. And me being prior service, was in the Navy myself, they have their own separate problems. And there's things that you deal with that no other kids deals with. I mean, your parent is leaving for 6-month deployment at a time, and just have one parent around and moving sometimes. So it's good that they have separate mentors for those separate issues. I have gotten just much out of it as Mikhail has, and the bond that I have created with her family and her. It's like I have another sister, I have another family. In
January 2007, we were matched up.
We kind of warmed up to each other. We both love Little Mermaid. It's our favorite Disney princess. And I'm a big child at heart, so we both liked Power Rangers a little bit at the time. I think me so more than her. We had got together and we just had a lot of fun, and then we just started hanging out.
Yeah, the rest is history.
We fish a lot. We go to the gym, the YMCA.
Monster Jam.
This was our 4th one. Been muddy at the creek.
Smelly.
Yeah, we've been sweaty.
I do remember early on when we were getting to know each other, and I'd call him, and it'd be like kind of like a lawyer-client, atmosphere. I ask him a question, he'd answer it. Ask him another question, he'd answer it. And so it just, he doesn't like talking on the phone, evidently, so it's just an uncomfortable stage. So one time I remember riding down the road, and I was trying to say, what can I think of to talk to him about, And so I said, okay, let me think back to when I was his age. And so I told him about being about his age, and I told him I got hit by a school bus, And his reply was, if I told him I got hit by the school bus and what happened, he said, well, did you live?
I get to have you by my side. Like, you get to help me if I have a bad grade on my report card or my progress report. You help me round it up. Like, first it was at an F, and now it's at almost a B.
Almost a B, yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's good.
Every time I'm with them, I'm happy.
I actually have someone to hang out with, like play football with or do stuff.
What's the future? So you got first job,
it's
then
either
you got college.
Yep.
And then
I'm gonna play baseball.
Oh, baseball. There we go. There we go.
Chicago Cubs. I might try to get to Chicago Cubs. I'm trying to get me a scholarship at Wilson for baseball.
Yeah.
For college, and then I might try to go to Florida for baseball.
Oh yeah, that'd be a blast.
And then play for Chicago. So.
Man, my dreams in comparison are just nothing like that.
I did not know that it would be 9 years later that I would be sitting here after starting with a 6-year-old.
It's hard to put into words. Just kind of spending time and getting to know someone like DQ and kind of making sure that you're leading by example, because having a little brother, having a little sister is like having someone that looks up to you, and that's incredibly important.
Oh, it's very important, because you find so many kids who don't have that type of leadership.
As 100 years have gone on of Big Brothers, can you imagine how many generations have been affected by their bigs? And we want to have 100 more years and 100 more generations of kids being affected by Big Brothers and Big Sisters and bringing them out of their shell like someone like me.